Hey everybody, I'm in the car again. We all know what that means. It's time for another Drive to Work pod. No, that's Rosewater's thing. It's time for another vlog. We're going to be going to the Gamers Emporium and we're going to be playing some Magic. This is going to be the opening tournament for my sealed deck league. This is a very cool league. I'll tell you a bit more about it in just a little bit. I did a recap of this a couple of years ago and it was really fun, but it was a bit of work. But this whole new vlog idea, I really like doing it. So we're going to have weekly updates of this vlog. But first, it's really snowy and I got to clean the car off. Alright, so we made it here to the Gamers Emporium and we're going to play some sealed. So the way our sealed league works is we have an opening tournament on the Saturday, which is a completely normal sealed 4-round tournament. That's it. We're going to open 6 packs, put a deck together, play it. Where it changes is that we're actually going to keep that deck together for the next 6 weeks, and we're going to play 4 matches every single week. It's going to be a less structured tournament from then on out. We basically show up, whoever's there, whoever's free, we play a match. We have to play different people, obviously. We can't just play the same person 4 times each week. At the end of each week, including the end of this tournament, we get to open a pack and add those cards to our pool. So our pool slowly gets bigger and bigger and bigger. That's what a lot of leagues do. Unlike some leagues, we actually allow trading. We allow very limited trading, though. You can trade 4 points every 2 weeks. So there's 2 weeks, 2 weeks, and 2 weeks. In each of those weeks, you have 4 points available. 4 points is a mythic. 3 is a rare, 2 is an uncommon, 1's a common. So you can trade 4 commons for a mythic for a mythic, whatever you want to do. You do have to trade with different people throughout the league. You can't trade with the same person over and over and over, and your points don't roll over. So you use those 4 points or you lose them. So as a result, our decks end up a little bit more powerful by the end, but you do have to use those trades properly. So I'm going to give you a recap of this opening tournament, go over my deck, go over our matches that I play, how we end up, and then every week I'm going to give you recaps of how I did, what we opened, changes that I made to the deck, any trades that I made, etc. But we're going to go play some Magic. So I opened the pool and it wasn't exactly good. There was really bad rares, Silent Gravestone, Bloodstone, Crafty Cuppers, Tilonelli, Skin Shifter, not great. There was, however, the startings of a really good red deck. Bombard, Mutiny, Needletooth Raptor, almost a playset of Goblin Trailblazers, Swashbuckling Sea Red, even Direfleet Neckbreaker, but there wasn't anything else and there was no real black pirate stuff. But there was a black-white deck. We've got some nice little 2-drops and aggros. We've got a Vampire Lord and a decent number of vampires. We've got Arguel's Bloodfast, which will go away at some point, but more importantly, we've got Profane Procession. Removal in Vanquish the Weak, Ixalan's Binding, Chupacabra. We do have a pair of Atsakan Seers, because we didn't quite have enough black-white, so we had to splash green, and we were splashing green for something pretty big and spicy. Little old Gulta Primal Hunger Promo Edition. Not entirely sold on the deck, but we'll see how it goes. I'm hoping that Profane Procession really leads me to victory, plus all that removal. So let's go and do match 1, shall we? So round 1's in the books. Didn't go that well. Game 1 was okay. My opponent was Tam. She was on Merfolk and a very good version of Merfolk. Tons of flyers, tons of unblockable, tons of counters. All things that I think ruin this format that I really don't like about this format. I would like to block. I would like creatures that don't literally say you can't block them. So game 1 went okay. I got vampires out. I had a ton of power on the board and won that one pretty easily. Game 2, she just flew over really, really fast. Game 3, she flew over really fast with Hadana's Climb. And I also flooded out pretty crazily, so didn't go great. Match 1 in the books, not a good start to the league. We'll see how match 2 goes. So round 2's in the books, finished that one up relatively fast, 2-0 in my favor. The deck just kind of worked this time. Well, no, we won't say that the deck just kind of worked this time. Game 1, the deck worked this time. We drew all the cards we needed and just stormed right in. My opponent was a little bit slow on the start and didn't quite get there. Match 2, we ended up Going a little bit later, I ended up drawing 13 of my 17 lands, but my opponent just couldn't quite stay in the game due to a lot of life gain that I had early in the game. Eventually I ended up with 0 board, but I hit Arguel's Bloodfast, which drew me into Profane Procession, which saved me the game because I had 10 lands on the board and all of them in hand. And so I was able to kill 2 things in 1 turn, and yeah, just finished up pretty quick there. So 2-0, we are 1-1 in the day. Okay start, we'll see how round 3 goes. I really hope to finish 3-1. It's really nice to get those wins early in the league, and then you can kind of relax later in the weeks. But yeah, let's see how the next 2 rounds go. So round 3 is over, and I was up against Brian. Always love playing against Brian, always a good time with him. And unfortunately, as often happens in my matches with Brian, he did not draw any lands in game 1. He had 2 lands the entire game, and in game 2, he drew all of his lands and had a lot of them. And my deck just kind of ran over game 1. Obviously, I played creatures and ran over when he was stuck on 2 lands. Game 2, I ended up revealing Profane Procession because that card is still utterly broken, and I took Brian down in 2, so I am 2-1. It's a winning record. Going 3-1 would potentially should give me prizes, and would be a really good start to the league. So see how round 4 goes. So round 3 went pretty well as well. I was up against Cade, who was playing blue-green merfolk, so I was terrified of another repeat of round 1. Luckily, Cade was a little bit slower in his plays. He had, you know, a lot of 3-drop merfolks, some 4-drop merfolks, so didn't quite get there, and I just stormed over him. The deck did exactly what it was supposed to do. Drop a whole bunch of vampires, make them big, and turn them sideways. The Galtas, the Yatsakan Seers, they need to come out. I'm about to open my pack, so hopefully I can get rid of that green splash. It was greedy, I know. It never really did anything. I never played Galta. The Seers were okay. I played them a few times this tournament, but they all need to go, and we need to go solid, focused black-white vampires. So let's open a pack. So the tournament's over. I ended up in 4th place. I got $8 store credit, not too bad. And yeah, I opened up my pack, and there wasn't much in there. We got Brass's Bounty as our rare, so I guess. But we did get another Martyr of Dusk. We got a Voracious Vampire. I guess we got a Sun Sentinel. So there's some stuff that will hopefully, you know, get my deck a little bit better, get rid of that green, and maybe we can trade into black-white vampires. I didn't do any trades today, but I'll be doing some trades probably next week, because I do rapidly want to get into black-white vampires. But yeah, a fun opening tournament, and I'm looking forward to the league. So you guys will get league updates every single Friday. I'll go over my 4 matches, what I opened in my pack, if I did any trades, and yeah, keep you guys posted, hopefully straight through to the playoffs. So see you Friday.